showing you my foilyage technique. We're going to be adding in some depth and darkness through these ends. They're pretty solid level 8 gold right now. She's about a natural level 6, so we'll be using that level, adding in, pulling that through. We want mostly her natural color throughout with a pop of blonde. So you're going to see how I do that. I'm going to be using the pop-up foils from Product Club, the regular size here and the larger size, along with the balayage brush. I like to use that to paint in my highlights, which you're going to see. Right now you're seeing me paint in my Lowlight, and I don't like using gloves when I'm using foil because I just don't get a good grip like I would without. So that's kind of why I'm doing this technique of painting my Lowlight in. Using the foil. Now, like I said before, she's got a lot of light blonde through the bottom, and we really want to break that up. So I'm starting my first section with a low light here, and that's going to be melted all the way through. And then next to it, I'm going to be just kind of melting that low light on the sides there while maintaining a little bit of that lightness, because I don't want to completely take it away, but I do want more of that depth and darkness through the bottom of her head, because it's going to help really contour when she pushes her hair forward. It's going to contour that dark next to that light and make that pop already. And we're already light enough through the bottom there that I don't need to add any of the lightness. Now I'm continuing to melt the depth throughout the bottom because she's lacking that just from being over highlighted in the past. So really trying to add that depth back in and maintain some of the natural depth that she's grown in. My next sectioning are going to be diagonal backs on each side of the head and the back. So here is my first one. I'm going to be weaving that section out and backcombing to get a really nice transition and blend from root to ends. This is where we're going to add a highlight through the middle, because if she wears her hair half up or anything, that's going to feel pretty dark to her. So we are adding that highlight through the back, and then you're gonna see I'm using the balayage brush for my foiling because I just like the thickness of the brush and the way it applies the product onto the hair. First, I applied some of the lightener onto the foil. That's just gonna help my hair stick to the foil, and I have better control than with my lightener and the amount I'm using. I'm adding a lot to the middle and then kind of smushing that up, or back brushing that up to give a really smooth, nice transition while moving the hair that I backcombed out of the way, because I want that to come down and really diffuse that line of demarcation that could possibly be there, but I'm doing my best here to really feather that up. Now, in the same section area, we are doing the same thing we just did on the other side. I'm weaving that out, and then I'm going to lightly back brush some hair out of the way, and then I'm going to do the same thing I just previously did, painting the lightener on to the section. I'm also here, you're going to notice I am putting the low light on the hair that I just backcombed up, because I really want to help diffuse and make that a really beautiful blend from roots to ends. Notice again, I'm a lot of product in that middle section there, and then I'm back brushing it up to give a really nice smooth transition. Now you saw me, I skipped a section here in the video, so you just saw the 2 diagonal back sections of the lightener. Then above that, I did a low light in a foil. It's kind of the same song, second verse type thing of applying the low light. So I skipped over that, and then we moved on to our very top section in the back, and this is going to be lightener again. And I did the same back combing technique, applying heavy saturation of the product in the middle to ends and back brushing that product up to give that really smooth light transition. You can really tell here too that I am leaving out quite a bit of her highlights that she already has. So we're bringing in that natural depth all the way through in some spots. We are adding in highlight to bring it back up and give some brightness, as well as leaving out that old highlight. So I'm doing this because I really want to get that dimension of all these different tones. She doesn't mind the warmth she already has, although we will kind of cool it down a little bit with our gloss when we rinse her out and do the gloss all over. So yeah, we're gonna have tons of dimension. This is how I get all those different tones in my colors, because I'm adding in new highlights, using the old highlights, using her old natural color that's through there, along with adding in new natural depth with a low light as well. We really want to make sure that we're going to have a nice bright money piece. So you're going to see my foils here a little closer together around the face. I am still leaving some hair in between and feathering it kind of softly up to the root. It's not like a harsh product line top. I really feathered that up to make it a nice soft transition. And then, like I said, left hair in between these foils, but they are a lot closer together because I want to give that nice soft natural money piece in the front of the head. So for my money piece, I always like to start by the ears first and then work my way to the bang piece. That way I'm not working against myself and working against the foil that I've already laid. This foil now is going to lay on top of the ones I've already laid because of the shape of the head and everything. So that's kind of the reasoning behind why I'm going the way I'm going. So I'm putting the first bang piece for the money piece in, and then we're going to do another one to the right of it and one more to just give a really nice pop and money piece. You're going to notice I'm not putting any low lights in the front here because I really want to maintain the light ends we already have, and then adding in the highlights that we are to just really give a bold, bright front money piece, lightness, front to back look. Okay, so this next section, you're gonna notice that underneath piece, I'm leaving that all dark because I really wanna maintain that depth in there. So we are, with all of these sectioning, we're weaving and we are lightly back combing those hairs out of the way. I'm painting the low light on those hairs just to darken it a little bit and give it that really nice diffusion because of the back combing and pulling that light back up. This technique for me is really about less is more, because I'm really working off of what our canvas already has. And like I said before, this is how I really get all of that dimension in a lot of my colors, is I work off of what they already have while also adding in my own highlights, lowlights, that type of thing. She already has a really great canvas to start off with. So yeah, here you're gonna see me doing kind of the same thing I did in the back combing, brush combing that hair out of the way. I'm gonna put the low light on what's brushed out and just really paint my product on lightly, softly, to give a beautiful transition and to diffuse that line. Now we're on our last section of the head. I've already completed the other side. It's the same exact pattern, same exact formation, everything is the same, so that's why I'm only showing the one side. But we're doing the back combing, get those little hairs out of the way. It's more of the baby hairs that are in our way that we're back combing. It's not like a heavy back comb, it's just like lightly back combing those little baby hairs out of the way. And then we'll paint them with the low light, and then I'm gonna bring that highlight up. And we're really leaving, like I said, a lot of that natural depth. We're leaving a lot of that hair in between these foils. Less is more. I really want to maintain what she's already got going on while spicing it up, making it fresh, new, and really melty and beautiful. We've been processing now for about 25 minutes. I wanted to put heat on the front just for the last 5 minutes. The back's already done since that's where we started, so we're just pushing that front a little more. And here's our end result. Super natural, beautiful, warmth, you see all the different tones and dimension we have going on. It's really beautiful. It's gonna grow out very nicely for her.